Alright guys, so you're watching this because you are stuck on how to do the math for figuring out the different parts of the Constitution. And so it's actually a really simple math problem, and it shouldn't be that hard. I would hope you'd be able to do this by now. But again, not everyone's great at math, so it's no big deal. Let's break down the question and go from there. So what percent of the Constitution is the blank? So let's use preamble as the example. So what percent of the Constitution is the preamble? Alright, so you have to look at the key words in what's going on. First, you have to figure out the variable. Well, we know that the Constitution is 4,445 words. We know that the preamble is 52 words. So those are not our variables. The variable is the what percent. So we have to figure out the percentage. So we'll just go ahead and use x, because x is always our friend, right? Then to know what other keywords to look for, and maybe you've looked at this, maybe you haven't, of always mean multiplication. So it's a dot or an x. If you're using x as a variable, dots are usually a little bit easier, right? Of the Constitution, so it's 4,445. And then is your other keyword, that is always equals. And the preamble was 52. You can also write this as 4,445x equals 52. So now all you have to do is solve for x, right? You divide by 4,445. Divide by 4,445. And you will figure out what x is. So when you plug that into your calculator, you will get, the whole page. You will get 0.011. Now you're rounding to the nearest hundredth position. So remember tenths, hundredths. Well, you look at the one next to it, it's not going to round up, it's going to stay where it is. So you get 0.01. Now you have to convert to a percentage. To convert to a percentage, you multiply 100, which you don't need a calculator for. It's really easy. When you're multiplying by 100, you just take the decimal and you move it over 2 spots. Boom, boom. So 0.01 becomes 1, but it's 1%, because we're trying to figure out the percentage. So let's look at another one. You want to do Article 1. So if you would say Article 1 is 2,246 words. So again, if you had 4,445x equals 2022, you would basically just go 2246 divided by 4445. That's what x is. When you do that, you're going to have to round. So let me punch out my calculator quick. So you get 0.505. We're rounding to the nearest hundredth. So we look at the 5. Well, it's 5 or greater, so it would become 0.51. Then we need to turn it into a percentage, so it becomes 51%. Now all you have to do is continue working your way through each of the different articles, do the math. To double check everything, add up all the percentages, and you should get 99, because we're rounding. It's not going to equal 100, we're rounding, right? So if you get 99, you're good. You'll just leave box number 100 blank. For everything else, so here's your worksheet, right? This is 1%. So down here, you're coloring in box number 1. For Article 1, you should have gotten 51%. So now you have to color in 51 more boxes, right? If you had started at 1, you would have colored 1 through 51. 1's already filled in, so you're going to color 2 through 52. Make sure, let's say you color preamble red, you're going to color preamble up here red. If you're going to do the next section, say blue, you're going to color Article 1 then in blue. So that's really all there is to it, and I'll continue to walk around and help you as necessary, but use this first. Alright, good luck.